Alright folks, Post here, welcome back to the Pokemon Masters video, and the Select Sync Pair Scout thing is now live, right? So for those of you who don't know, with 3,000 page gems, you could do a multi-summon, and at the end, after the 10 units, you get to pick whichever unit you want, and then, you could just get it. That is in this banner. So this pool, the last two times, they were, the same, right? It went up to, I think, Ethan or something, but this time they expanded it to include, I think it was like before Ethan, to include Lycanroc, and Eevee, and also Ethan. I just can't remember if Ethan was on the last one or not. But anyways, at least, well, Ethan's in the banner art, so there's that. But yeah, it goes up to, Kukui and Leaf, which is right around before the big ones, right? Sigzu, Alyssa, Sabrina, right? The power creep, the more, recent units, right? I would say most of these units are kind of sort of outdated, right? It's like Alyssa, Ethan, right? Brennan Trico, Tepig for the most. I don't know. I mean, Brennan's still really, really good, but it's just not as good as he was before. Like, and anyways, so basically, this banner is for folks who could actually, spend money on it and don't need to summon on Cynthia's banner because, or Wallace's banner, or more so Cynthia's banner, because if you still need to summon on Cynthia's banner, use your gems on Cynthia's banner. Cynthia's just so much better. Cynthia's banner has much better units, right? It's just a much better banner overall. Unless you just really, really need something from this banner that you just cannot get on Cynthia's banner, then okay, maybe go for this. But this is around for a while. It ends on the 13th. Oh, the same as... Oh, that's actually kind of bad. Yeah, there are some decent units on this banner. I'm not saying like they're all completely outdated, because that's not true, right? There are some really good ones here. But Cynthia's banner is just overall better, right? But this one does guarantee you one. So if you're, you're really unlucky, this is obviously the way to go if you just want that specific unit, right? So let's go over some of the units on this banner, and I'll just give you some folks some suggestions, right? So honestly, I don't really recommend picking up any strikers, just because the strikers that are coming out like nowadays are just so much more powerful, right? Stuff like, Cynthia, Signet Red, right? Guzma that just came out last month, right? The strikers just keep on getting stronger and stronger, and just the ones here that don't have Synchronids are sort of falling off a bit. Although again, they're still really strong, but just in general in Balvilla, they're just not as big of as a deal, since Balvilla is just, you're just mainly going for, type coverage, right? So as long as you have the type, something that's super effective against stages, you don't need like a really strong striker, right? So anyways, as for some of these suggestions, on the top of my priority list, I would put Reuniclus there. Reuniclus's Synchrid is just insanely good, right? Not only does she become one of the best psychic strikers in the game, but more importantly, she becomes a really, really, really good support, especially for Balvilla. And again, the reason why I do recommend tanks and supports here over like a lot of strikers is because of Balvilla. Balvilla is just, it's the hardest content in the game at the moment. Well, aside from, I guess, ultra hard, hello, right? But yeah, tanks are really important, and that's why I do recommend Reuniclus, right? Reuniclus is really high on my list. Another one that's just mainly the ones that have Synchronids, right? All of them are kind of worth it. Houndoom as well, right? Houndoom's Synchrid, after her Synchrid, she hits hardest struck, right? There are very few units in the game that could 3v9 certain boss stages, right? Houndoom is among one of them. So there's that. Grimsley is actually low-key a really, really decent tank, right? It doesn't tank the traditional way that, it just takes hits non-stop, but the way it tanks is pretty interesting. It's on evasion, right? So it's a decent tank there, but it's more niche. I wouldn't recommend Grimsley as much as, say, Reuniclus, right? So as for some units that don't have Synchronids that are, really good, that you should probably pick up as well, is Dusclops. Dusclops is still really, really good, even though Sabrina's now a thing, but, Dusclops does have the edge over her in co-op, because you could well, I wouldn't say edge over. She does have the thing that passes on stats, right? Even though it's half of them. And also, even though co-op's not as relevant now. And it seems like the game is kind of sort of moving away from co-op, so I do personally think Dusclops fell off a bit, but it's still really, really strong because you get max crit. Max crit is really good. Dusclops is still really tanky, right? So Dusclops is a good option. Give move gauge, give attack, right? As for another one, Lyra. Lyra, low-key, I think is a decent pickup for support as well, especially now that Ho-Oh's thing, right? Ho-Oh, I've seen people run Ho-Oh and Lyra and Vileplume and 3v9, you know, boss stages. I think it's like stage 20, and it's literally the boss stage is really, really strong. Let's see, Eevee's another good one. Eevee, a lot of people are running Eevee in Villa and using Eevee's sync move instead of their striker sync move just to get the free extra stats and all that stuff, which is very, very useful as well, especially if you're running with Mega Strikers. So like once you get like your first like sync move, turn it into Mega, like you don't really want to use its sync move anymore because Megas kind of suck. Their sync moves, right, in terms of power, most of them at least. Moving on to, I guess, let's see, another one, Glacia. Glacia I don't think is as necessary because Glacia is good to have, but like you do have free-to-play replacements being Charon and Misty, right? More so Charon is more similar. But I personally do believe Glacia is better than Charon, but I don't think it's that much better to justify spending one on Glacia. And the last one we're going to talk about is Hilbert. Hilbert I do think fell off a bit, even though I still think Hilbert is underrated. But, you know, it's just not like supports aren't as important in Battleville anymore. It's more so tanks than supports, right? Just because you just don't use supports that often, right? But Hilbert still really good. You could easily get +6 attack on your teammates, right? You get +4 speed, right, which is nice. Tank's okay, you know, not the best tank in the game, but not terrible either, right? So there's that. As for strikers, the ones I do not suggest is Hilda. Don't suggest picking up Hilda. Maybe Chris, although I think people are underrating Chris, but Chris is definitely not that great in Battlevilla, I'd have to say. So I probably wouldn't suggest Chris either. Hilda, Chris, let's see, Hilda, Chris, Alyssa, Ethan. These probably don't pick up. As for the strikers, my #1 pick would be Houndoom at the moment. Lycanroc's still good, right? Olivia's Lycanroc is still decent. Brendan, maybe, if you don't have Brendan. Although if you have Gardenia, there really isn't much point picking up Brendan. Unless you want to spend a lucky skill on Brendan and get Dauntless, which I personally don't recommend. I mean, Dauntless on Brendan is good, but I just don't recommend using luckies, you know, cookies on units that don't have their Synchro expanded yet. As for, I think there's one more, right? Or was that it? I think that was it, right? Let's see. Oh, blue. Just because we don't have that many great flying type strikers in the game, unfortunately. So blue, you could pick it up, but you know, if in the future we'll get another flying type striker, I think blue could easily be replaced as well. So I wouldn't recommend him, you know, that high. So yeah, just as for Kukui, Kukui is good. I see people have like decent success with Kukui. Although he's slightly hard to use. But Kukui would be also an okay-ish option, right? But I would suggest a lot of these tanks over Kukui first. So, just quick recap. #1 suggestion, Reuniclus. Although Reuniclus won't be, you know, immediately useful because you do need her Synchrid, right, for that. And then it'd be probably Dusclops, I guess, and then Eevee, and then maybe Lyra, and then after that, just whichever striker that you need, just depending on which typing, right? If you, again, I'd probably suggest blue and forgot to pick Karen, and then Karen, then probably blue and Lycanroc, and then Brendan after that, and then maybe Kukui after that, right? And then everyone else, maybe Grimsley after that, and then Glacia, and then everyone else I do not suggest. Anyways, let's go ahead and do this. So me personally, I'm going for Glacia or Ethan. I still haven't made up my mind yet because I have everyone at 5 out of 5 except for Glacia and Ethan, right? Well, at least on this banner. They're both 3 out of 5, which it's not like that big of a deal to bring them to 4 out of 5, but hey, it's not a free 5-star, but it's a guaranteed 5-star, so I'll take either. I think I'm gonna go with Glacia just because I use Glacia much more, right? I do use Glacia a decent amount in Balbella, so it's gonna be a slight damage increase in Powder Snow when I'm spamming Powder Snow, but I'll go Glacia. Alright, hopefully we get an extra one in here. We didn't get the animation, so it looks like that we're not gonna get any 5-stars here, unfortunately. We are getting some 4-stars, which is cool, but it's not a 5-star. Rip. Looks like, yeah, we're probably not going to get a 5-star here, unfortunately. Rip. Probably should have done a multi-home Cynthia's banner instead. Again, I don't really suggest doing this banner, especially if you're trying for Cynthia at the moment. But anyways, let's go for it. Let's, there we go, Glacia. Voila. Can I at least get the cool animation for it, though? Wish granted, I guess. So, yeah, again, like I mentioned before, this is definitely not a priority banner, right? Unless you really need one of these units. Like even Reuniclus, right? Like if you don't have a Reuniclus at all, I don't suggest something on this banner. It's only like, you know, if you have Reuniclus 2 out of 5, maybe, right? Then go for this. But otherwise, do Cynthia. Cynthia's banner is just much better. Speaking of Cynthia's banner, let's get our daily discounts in, see if we get anything. I already have her 5 out of 5 though. Maybe Fantina? I could really use some more Fantina dupes. I only have her at 1 out of 5. Please don't be Cynthia, so I could, you know, give you guys some luck. Oh, it's another Cynthia! It's another Cynthia! Oh my god! Cynthia can't stop showing up on this banner. I already have 5 of you! Oh, well. I mean, I'll take it, but it would be nice if that went to someone else that needed it instead. I'll take another Wallace, though. That would be nice. I need one more Wallace to max him out. Okay, probably not happening. Oh my god. Cynthia really cannot stop showing up. I'll take it. I'll take it. It's just interesting. Damn, I should have used my scout points on, like, Fantina then. Rip. My 1 out of 5 Fantina. 1 out of 5 Fantina. Poor thing. Oh, it's interesting that they don't, like, combine your paid and non-paid gems together for, like, a single scout, right? Because, like, my non-paid gems is just sitting there because they're, like, under 100. Alright. Alright, see bad. And our daily free scout. Can we get a 5-star dupe on this one? Or a 3-star or a 4-star. Just not like the usual garbage. Would be nice. Alright. Come on, game. Give me something that's not, you know, level cap items. And, we got 2 pearls, I guess? That's not bad. So, anyways, that's me for this one. Hope you guys enjoy. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Like if you enjoyed the video, share on our channel for some more Pokemon Master content. I'll see you guys in the next one.